hello, and welcome to the Standpoint. My name is Gifty, and today, as usual, is going to be very, very educative, very, very informative, and revealing. Question, simple. Am I ready for marriage? Am I ready for marriage? And I have three very, very married people on the platform. And they are going to tell us what we need to let's say, have in quote, before we know that, yes, I am ready. No condition is permanent. No one is perfect. But I believe there are some rules and regulations. There are certain things that you need to know before you take that decision. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth, Ophelia Crossland design that's dress for me. Thank you to Power Cosmetics for the makeup product and makeup and more applied and makeup for us. My hair is by Chocolat Hair. Yes, I've covered it, but I'm sure you've seen the Chocolat Hair, so you know where to get them. We take a break. When we come back, am I ready for marriage?
Hello, I'm Amma, and I'm a W Young professional.
My name is Benedetta. I'm a W in business.
Hi, I'm AC, and I'm proud to represent the W and family.
I have access to the best sources of inspiration, an outstanding mentor, career workshops, and more.
I am connected to a panel of professional advisors. I even got a new business partner through a W seminar.
Being a working mother is amazing, and W empowers us with special lifestyle offers, an early saver for the kids, and bank assurance protection for the whole family.
Sign on to W at any Access Bank branch near you.
Get inspired.
Get connected.
Get empowered.
W, inspiring, connecting, empowering.
Oyo besuma pao.
Tina tomac mixture. Be only osani you fiery bean yasem. Sana tina malake no so. Etu malaria, tipaye, stress, and unam yao biase.
Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tina €13.
Eye Busen Chamfa. Live! Hi. One can. Neighbor to for dinner.
LEAP.
Lip tomato paste.
Oh,
what else?
Honey, when it's a little tomato paste, be an idea. A so be a so.
Don't want to say hi.
Madam, the food tastes very good. What's the secret?
LEAP.
Lip.
Lip tomato paste. Emma Edouani de Papa.
For bulk purchase, contact 050-140-1088.
Welcome back to the Standpoint, and let me acknowledge my sponsors: Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator experts, Auntie Mary Gripe Water, and Malatu by NS Chemist. Tinated Malacare, Venicare, and Tomacare by Tinated Herbal. Access W with their women's initiatives, including the maternal health support scheme. Lip Tomato Paste, Good Taste, Good Tomato, and African Women's Development Fund, supporting African women's rights organizations across Africa. Before I introduce my guest on the panel, I'm going to the audience straight. I want to ask the ladies and the gentlemen some few questions. Chika, are you ready for marriage?
No, ma'am.
Why?
I'm still a teenager.
You're still a teenager?
Yes, please.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19?
Yes,
you are
please.
past the adults. You know, you are 18. The Constitution says 18 years. You are an adult. So why are you not ready for marriage?
I believe that marriage starts from 25 years and above. So I'm waiting. When I get there, I get married.
Okay. All right. Now pass it on to the lady in front of you.
I'm not ready.
Why?
I think marriage is something that we need to get well prepared before we enter. So before I get married, there are some basic things that I need to look out for before.
Like
Completing my education, getting working, having something to support me, so that I would also be able to support my
haven't you been told that when you go to school for too long, you have all the degrees, you won't get a man to marry you?
It's not true. I don't think it's true.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Osofa, are you married?
No, madam.
Why?
Still preparing.
Stop preparing.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, very soon.
Very soon.
Still preparing. Yeah.
So you are ready for marriage?
Yeah, I can say maybe 70%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is left?
Something small.
Okay. All right. I needed my daughter in the Mayafi. Ask her.
Okay, I'm married already.
Oh, okay. Why did you get married?
I didn't want to waste time.
You didn't want to waste time?
Yeah.
So, but were you... Is that because of time? Because you felt you were getting old, that's why you got married?
Not really, but I really liked him and he's a good person, so I didn't want to lose him.
Okay. But do you think you were ready?
Yes, I was.
You were ready. Okay. Good.
I'm heading towards marriage, so
okay.
I'm of age now, so I can get married.
You're of age?
Yeah.
So you are ready for marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Put your hands together for yourself. Now, let me introduce my guest on the panel to you. Seated at my extreme left is a lady I'm sure you've seen on the standpoint already. She is Mrs. Esther Agbodo Nyamalo. She is the managing partner, Lincoln Rose Law Associate. Welcome back to the standpoint.
Thank you.
Next to her, I have the one and only Knight-Tay, host Home Affairs on Joy FM. Welcome back to the standpoint.
Thank you for having me again.
Next to Edem, I also have Aku Hefron. Aku is a clinical psychologist and national treasurer of the Ghana Psychologist Association. Finally.
You're welcome.
Finally, you have
another welcome. Oh, you are welcome.
I'm welcome. Welcome back to the standpoint. So we have our work quite cut out for us. Mrs. Jamalo, you heard some of the reasons given for not being ready, for being 70% ready, and for, almost getting ready. What does one need to consider before telling, especially herself, that I'm ready for marriage?
The first thing you want to consider is physically, are you ready? Physical goes with age. In Ghana, our constitution says once you are 18, you are an adult. That is even why they say that we vote at 18. At that age, you can take decisions, serious decisions, affecting your own life. And the physical, you must also be ready with something you are doing. You can't just walk into a marriage. Everybody is not privileged like some people we know. But if you're going to team up with somebody, he may have the economic strength, but you need to put in your side of the monies. Getting married doesn't mean that you are going to put all your burden on the other. Even in the olden days, our mothers were doing some small trading. Market days, they will go to market, sell their small petty things. By the time they are coming home, they will gather pepper, tomato, and a few things by the time they come home. When they are coming home, they will buy you, the children, biscuits and things like that. It's not always coming from the man. So as a woman, you must be ready to make economic contribution to your home. If you are getting ready for marriage, one of the things you have to consider is your economic independence. Is very important. So that when you want to wear that cloth and he can't give you the money, you don't put your frustrations on him. After all, it's not your father.
I like that. Aku. Does it work like that? You know?
Oh, it does. It
you,
does.
You add your money to the money your husband gives you, chop money.
I do.
You do? Hey, you people. Didn't they advise you?
Who advised us?
When you were married, didn't they advise you that you know that as a woman, your money is your money, your husband's money is our money?
Well, that was what was said, but reality comes in at times, and you realize that you have to do some supporting from time to time in order to get things going. You know, so yes, like Madam has said, there's the need to be fiscally prepared. You have your job, which is very necessary because it gives you security. It gives you some sense of being able to do things, call the shots at times. You know, there are times when maybe you'd think that this is what we are going to eat. And then you say, look, this is what we planned on eating, but this is what I want to eat. Why not? You know, because you have the support, you have the income yourself. But if you have to totally depend on him, it won't work like that. You become more like a slave.
So, okay, so you have to be financially independent. That means you must earn some income yourself. You need to be mature, above 18 years to be able...
You know, there are times when it's not age. I'm not saying that we should go for juvenile marriages.
Right.
But maturity comes with the common sense, not necessarily age. There are people who are very old but are not mature.
Thank you.
So then maturity comes with sense. I don't even know how else to say it, but
you said it as it should be said. It comes with sense.
Sense.
Yeah. Some wisdom.
Wisdom
comes from God.
Exactly, you know. But if you say it's just because of age, I'm sorry. You realize that you're 20 and you behave like a child. You know, your attitude, your whole demeanor should say that I'm ready, I'm big, I'm grown, I can take challenges, you know, when they come to me, and then I'll move on. So maturity is not about age, it's about the mental abilities.
Adam, it's not about age, but it's about maturity.
Yes, I agree that you definitely need to be mature. Very important, because if you're not mature, you make too many mistakes. You know, it really isn't about age, but some form of maturity also comes with age. If you're 14 and you feel like you're mature, there are things that you can only know when you turn 18. There are things that you can only experience when you're 21. So some parts of maturity also comes with the age, because then you'd have had some form of experience. I also agree totally that yes, you need to be financially secure. And all, I agree with everything they have said. But you could be mature, you could have financial security, but you may still not be ready for marriage. So for me, at the point where you feel like, okay, now I think I am of age.
Right.
I think I am working. I wouldn't even say you are ready for marriage. I'll say that after a few of the things I'm going to say to you, you can start considering marriage. Now, if you start thinking marriage because your pastor is saying that if you don't marry early, the demons will start fighting it.
Yes.
It's a wrong starter. If your parents are saying you're growing,
the biological clock is ticking.
Yes, their friends' children are getting married. And for that reason, you're pressured to get married. It's a wrong starter. You could be working, you could be mature, but that is a wrong starter. For me, the only time you can start considering marriage is when you have done your personal introspection. We spoke about this on, my show some time ago.
Right.
Sit down and ask yourself, okay, now I am grown, I am working, I would want to settle down, but why would I want to marry? And start finding answers to these questions yourself. It's a personal decision for me. Don't let anybody influence that decision. At the point where you are ready, you know that you should ask people who are married, what is marriage all about? Marriage is about responsibility.
Yeah.
So at the point where you were ready to accept responsibility, first of all, for yourself. There are some people who are very mature, they have money spending around, but they're very irresponsible. So at the point where you can be responsible, not necessarily being responsible also for your partner, because they also need to be responsible for themselves, but in lots of ways you have to be responsible for them. But if you're blessed with children later on in marriage, you will have to be responsible for your children until they turn 18. So you will have to come to that point where you know that this is no joke, this is no child's play. I am not doing this because somebody says I should do it. I am doing it because I am personally ready to go into it and to accept it with everything that it comes. At that point in time, I will say that you can start considering marriage.
You can start considering marriage. So marriage is no child's play, huh?
Nah.
It's a huge responsibility. Well, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue this discussion. Thank you to our supporters, Go Got to Yogurt, Pilco Fruit Juices, Matames, who gave us the port. Thank you to Yep Cleaning Services, Cake Technique, and Mac Catering Services. They support us and we are grateful. Am I ready for marriage? We'll be back.
Odo, ayo besima pao. Kwasuwa num tinated venicare wati. Winim say tinated venicare. Enum kwane bibidra. Clinically no, ya testing with Department of Pharmacology and Microbiology at University of Ghana on Medical School.
Sir?
Omudu stamp we say bye. Minia, num tinated venicare what?
Hey, tinated ambassador.
Aboye papa. 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tina 13 euro.
I've been dealing in fabrics for many years, and so I know what's genuine. That's why I stock and sell only GTP. Original designs, genuine fabrics, and authentic prints. Look out for the new silver sticker on the label and only buy from accredited GTP dealers like me.
GTP has a new silver sticker on all its labels to help ensure you buy only genuine GTP fabrics. Scratch to reveal a 12-digit code. Text to 1393 free on all networks. Receive a message that lets you know if your GTP is genuine. Buy genuine GTP and smile. GTP, still timeless.
There is this new generator set we would like to introduce to you in this era of power outages.
I hope this time around you're going to give us something better.
Yes. Let's go out and have a test run.
Call this box a generator? Get a quality one from Untitled Electrical Engineering Services.
Come to Untitled Electrical Engineering Services for a permanent solution to your power problems. We do 24/7 after sales service, sales of spare parts for all generators and cables, and we repair all generators even if you didn't buy from us. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House off of Dokomala Main Road. Anointed, the generator experts.
Welcome back to the Standpoint, my beads and accessories. And these days, they give me a lot of these, leather brooches a lot. Matilda Hood Couture MHC, they take care of my beading and accessories need. Now, before we went for the break, Mrs. Namalo, Adam was talking about, and then you need to sit and ask yourself certain questions. Do an introspection. And then you can start thinking that, okay, I'm on the road to getting married. What are some of the questions you need to ask yourself, apart from being financially independent, being, of age? What are some of the questions you need to ask yourself?
Yes, Auntie Gifty. I agree perfectly with Adam that you have to do an introspection. As human beings, we have instincts, and sometimes we have to rely on those instincts. The fact that I'm 35 years of age doesn't make me ready for marriage. Who even comes along as the one proposing to you, you have to sit down and reflect on that person. Are we compatible? Is this somebody I can live the rest of my life with? What are his downsides? What are his strengths? In business, we do what we call SWOT test analysis. The human being who has come to you that I want to marry you, like the lady said, is a very good person, and she didn't want to let him go. So you have to do analysis on that person who has come. You may see somebody as a rich man. For all you know, even though he has a lot of money, he may be stingy.
Yeah.
And you want to go and put camp with such a person. Ask God to direct you. In book of Proverbs, there's so much we can read from there. Advice to young people. If you rely on God, and if you call yourself a Christian, that's the more reason why you have to have your own quiet time about your plan, major plans that you want to have, such as getting married. You have to put it before the Lord. It is only after that. Of course, we cannot put our parents aside. In the olden days, parents will go and investigate a prospective husband.
That's right.
They will find out the family history, whether there is mental illness in that family, whether they are violent people, whether they are murderers. They do that investigation for you because you cannot go that far. But these days we are in Akratama. You see somebody, we are workmates, we are all at GBC.
Yeah.
I want to marry him by all means. Do you know his family history? These are some of the
We are Christians. We believe in God. We know that with God all things are possible. God changes situations. I love him. Isn't it good enough? I have faith that God can turn the man around, no matter what. Oh, why are you all laughing at me? Aku?
No, it's not about faith. There are certain things that are practical, and we need to consider them on that note. What is it that you're looking for in that partner? What is it that you're looking for in yourself? Is he the kind of person you can joke with? Is he the kind of person who would, or she, the kind of person who will allow you to be yourself? Or would imprison you more or less? Because there are some people, once they get near you, nobody else has to come close to you. You become a prisoner. Is that the kind of person you want to marry? It means for the rest of your life, you're going to be a prisoner. Okay? Is the person the kind of person who would say, okay, let's talk about issues? Or is always me, me, me? Me, me, me. If the person is the me, me, me type, then you should know that you're not going anywhere with that person. Because then you are going to be in your own hole, and he or she is going to be in her own hole. So you need to be able to know the sort of person you want.
I'm not cutting you. They call that one married but single.
Married by single.
By single.
Married but single. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Because you are wearing the person's ring or the person's name or whatever, but in effect you're on your own. You know, and that is not healthy. You are supposed to be sharing things together. From that point on, you become helpmates. And if for any reason you realize that that is not the kind of person who the other partner is, it's best to cut that relationship.
Now, Adam, the reason why I decided to bring up this topic was that I watched a movie, and I've talked about it on the standpoint before, where They have been going out for 3 years. And then the guy, romantic guy, proposes to the girlfriend in front of their common friends, your mutual friends. And then the girl said no. And the guy was so embarrassed and said, why? Said no. Said, listen, we've been going out for 3 years. I love you, you love me. I have a house. I have a car. I have a job. I have good income. What are we doing? Then the girl said, what is left is attitude. Attitude.
That was the red flag. Attitude. You showed me so much attitude, it irks me. Why do I want to marry you? Because you have a car, because you have a house, you have a good job, you are the managing director of your company. So what? I want somebody who will show me respect at the end of it all. Somebody who will compliment me, because then you also need to understand who you are and what you want. So you are looking out for all those. If you look out for all of these and you don't find it, you see, people confuse red flags a lot. Now, if you can live with that, then it probably isn't a red flag. But if it is something you keep wondering, this thing can I live with it? Can I live with it? And honestly, deep inside you, when no one is watching, you know that I deal with Paminyaya can parry me. But you are again looking at the fact that I'm growing. My mom is complaining.
I've been with him for 3 years.
3 years. Why do I let 3 years go away? Because of that. I did bakuna empire no. You agree and still go into the marriage. Again, before you get married, you should know that you can't change
the other part.
Somebody. Forget it. This is who they are. That is why the red flags are there.
Are you sure? You can't change.
No.
Nothing. You can't change.
Yourself.
But not the other person.
Party. No.
Through working on yourself.
You can work on yourself.
Working on yourself, you can change that person.
But don't set out to say that the husband likes eating fufu and okra soup. Let me just use this dumb example. Fufu or fufu ni nkumankan. Can you imagine? It's a very irregular thing. Right. But that is what the person eats. You've dated the person year 1, year 2, year 3. The person eats it. And at that time, you're very comfortable because you're not the one who cooks it.
Yeah.
Now you are married to the person and you are telling the person that this is ill. I don't want to cook it. It's a big lie. Your marriage starts breaking then. You will cook it. You have to learn how to cook it and live with it. When he's eating it, you are all at the table nicely and you are eating your light soup and aponching kaka and he's eating them krumankwe. You have to tolerate it and look at it and say, oh honey, maybe sometimes go like, oh, can I taste it? You have to bring yourself to it. Don't look to changing anybody. It doesn't work anywhere.
It doesn't work.
So you will have to consider all of these things.
The standpoint is honestly sponsored by Untitled Electrical Engineering Services, a generator expert, African Women's Development Fund, Knight-Tay Herbal. They produce Knight-Tay Venacare, Tomacare, and Malacare. Access W also sponsors us, and NSK Base, producers of anti-Mary gripe water and Mala 2. Lip tomato, good taste. We take a break. When we come back, do you have questions? Yes. You do have questions? Good. So we'll go to the audience and they will ask their questions. We're back.
Hello, I'm Amma, and I'm a W Young Professional.
My name is Benedessa. I'm a W in business.
Hi, I'm AC, and I'm proud to represent the W and family.
I have access to the best sources of inspiration, an outstanding mentor, career workshops, and more.
I am connected to a panel of professional advisors. I even got a new business partner through a W seminar.
Being a working mother is amazing, and W empowers us with special lifestyle offers, an early saver for the kids, and bank assurance protection for the whole family.
Sign on to W at any Access Bank branch near you.
Get inspired.
Get connected.
Get empowered.
W. Inspiring, connecting, empowering.
Live! Hey, hi. One can. Maybe I invite you for dinner.
LEAP.
Lip tomato paste.
Oh,
what else?
Honey, when it's a little tomato paste, the idea. And so be also.
Don't want to say
Madam, the food tastes very good. What's the secret?
LEAP.
Lip. Lip tomato paste. Emma Edouani de Papa.
For bulk purchase, contact 050-140-1088.
Welcome back to the Standpoint. Thank you to GTP for my cloth Ophelia Crossland designed this dress. Sold this dress for me. Matilda Hood Couture gave me the accessories, my beads and my brooch and everything. Thank you to Power Cosmetics for the makeup product and Makeup and More applied the makeup for us. My hair is by Chocolat Hair. Now, let me go to the audience. Question time. Okay, let me start with you.
Yeah. Let's say I have a girl and I'm interested in the girl. We are friends. We do things together, we move together and all those stuffs. Then it's like in my mind, I'm just thinking that, wow, this girl, I wish, or maybe 2 years time or 3 years time, we'll get married. I'll marry this girl. Then this girl, maybe let's say the parents are abroad, maybe outside the country, and their parents have broke up, they've separated. And you are saying that what will break up your marriage tomorrow is present today.
You mean that if the person is coming from a broken home?
Broken home, yes.
Okay, so, all right. Okay, let's go to Adam because it's Adam who made that comment.
This is not a problem or a challenge you and the girl have. What I spoke about referred to issues between the two of you as individuals, okay? Depending on who you're talking to, I mean, it could be handled as a spiritual problem, and that will be dealt with, because then obviously you don't have any problem with a girl. It's just, the background. Yeah. So that someone handle it spiritually, or if you saw somebody like Aku, who is a clinical psychologist, I'm sure that psychologically they may be able to help the lady deal with the fact that it happened to your parents doesn't mean it will happen to you.
Okay, so you don't need to worry. Just help her, and you can go ahead and marry her. Okay. It's just. But you started by saying it was you. Okay. Now let me come back to the audience. Yes, let's start with you.
They spoke about the checklist, the red flags, and everything. So let's say you've done the introspection and everything, and then now you say, I am ready for marriage. The red flags I see, maybe these are things I can deal with. The ones that we need to work on, we've done all that. Then imagine a month or two to the wedding, you find something out. Just like that. Maybe, I'm sure maybe the guy didn't even know you were going to find out. Maybe you find out he has very bad temper, or he's very violent,
or he has a child somewhere.
Something out of the blue. What are you going to do?
Mrs. Namalo.
You are not marrying for other people. You are marrying for yourself. If you have to call off the wedding and do further introspection, please do. for God's sake, don't rush into that marriage. Adam told us that the problems that will break your marriage tomorrow is already existing. What you found out too late is already there. Maybe as a child, he is hidden away from you. Who knows, if you come together, he won't go littering all over the place. He is capable of it. If he has such a big issue, he cannot disclose to you until you find out. That person is not truthful. And do you want to live with a liar for the rest of your life? No. Marriage is not for children's play. It's not a child's play. It's serious business. And so the man is expected to also be very serious with himself. How can you be lying to your dear wife? And how long will you continue to be lying to her? Honestly.
Okay, so in conclusion, Aku, am I ready for marriage? A young lady asking herself, am I ready for marriage?
There needs to be the mental preparation that you're not going to be alone. You're going to be with somebody. The issue about power play comes in. You need to know whether you're ready to succumb to another person's authority. Decision making. Are you mature? I mean, socially, are you ready to say, this is my other mom, as in your in-laws?
In-laws,
you need to consider
another
them,
thing,
etc. So there are quite a number of things you need to do. And then after that, hey,
get married.
Yes. Exactly. And enjoy your marriage.
Aku.
Marriage, yes, ma'am.
Hey, is that Adam?
Aku too.
Oh, yes, Aku.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I saved the biggest for the last. Let me put it that way. At the end of it all, I mean, the biggest is I love you. You know, he says I love you, and you also say that I love you. But you need to find out what is love. You need to understand what love is all about. Love is not listening to cool, so you know.
I mean loving you. I mean kissing you.
Love is not listening to cools at all. Love, you need to find it. And the Bible gives us, you know, very good basis to understand what love is. We read it and then we just throw it out there. But I think if you're planning to get married, you should sit down and read 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 onwards, where love is defined. If you have that, and you can give that,
then you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Mrs. Yamala.
Yes, my dear. I will tell you from the legal point of view that once the problems start coming, you end up in divorce. But the Bible tells us that God hates divorce. So if you want to make up your mind to go into a relationship, remind yourself that it's not for a short period. There is nothing like trial marriage. You go in, you stay in there. As Adam says, even when you are hurting, you should be able to say, I love you. Yes. You are hurting. You just found out that he's dating a girl somewhere. But you see him, I love you. You are hurting, but you are saying I love you. There's no food on the table, even though he has money. But I still love you. So as in conclusion, we want to say that we do the divorce cases. Some are so terrible. So terrible. A man married for 25 years, he never provided chop money. He never paid school fees for 5 children, including one in a medical school. He doesn't care. He never paid rent because the woman married him and took him into her own home. At the end of the day, you walk to court and say, I want to divorce you. Marriage is not for children. You can be 50, 60, as we said at the beginning, but you need the maturity to go into a relationship. Make all the necessary adjustments that you can make. to be able to live with somebody's daughter or somebody's son. You are not bringing him or her to maltreat. You are coming to show love to that person. So, Gifty, that's all I can end.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this enlightenment. I'm sure this is a discussion we have to continue, but I'll be back with a bit of me. Before I finally, settled in my mind that, yes, I will get married, because for a long time, I never made marriage a big deal. So marrying a chief was never, it didn't even cross my mind. So when we were going to marry, I asked questions, but I don't think I asked enough questions, even for a journalist. Honestly, I don't think I asked enough questions about being a chief's wife. But the truth of the matter is, we need to ask ourselves questions. We can't be 100% ready. We can't be perfect and have it all. But there are certain things that you should be able to handle. Because really, if I wasn't doing this, I don't think I can handle some of the responsibilities that come with being a chief's wife. Mothering everybody, people being in your space all the time, people coming and going, you going to visit the old ladies in their homes, in their huts, every time there's a Kwisidai, bringing all the children close to you, having to give them some incentives and all that. It's a huge task that I didn't know I was going to do that. I didn't prepare for that. But thank God, because of my experience, I'm being able to handle it. But even that is not easy. And finally, it's not about age. It's not about age. You don't have to wait till you were 45 like I was before you get married. But you need to ask yourself the right questions. You may be 20, you may be 30, you may be 19, you may be 50, and you may be ready by asking yourself those questions. Ask yourself those questions before you start even analyzing your partner. We wish you a happy journey to marriage, if you want to. We wish you a successful marriage if you finally get to that destination. And we wish you a peaceful home if you manage to travel the journey and you settle in your home. May your home be peaceful. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.